Okay, now, let us fast forward. You wound up, we'll just talk about Chess for a moment. I did this big, crazy benefit of Chess, starring Josh Groban. We wanted to use Julia Murney for sort of this kind of smaller part of Svetlana, his second wife, and we were going to have this chick, Lara Fabian, who's this famous pop star in the one-night-only concert for the Actors Fund. Well, cut to Lara Fabian dropped out. We called Julia Murney in Australia. We're like, do you want to star opposite Josh Groban on Broadway for one night? And, of course, Julia's answer was...
I've already really worked on my Svetlana.
Wah, wah.
I'm
Lily
such a loser.
Had the nerve not to be excited to have like literally a one-night concert with Josh Groban. She's like, well, I kind of worked out my riffs for Svetlana, so...
Homework riffer.
Oh
I had worked
God.
on it on the beach in Australia. I was already. I know.
Thank God she wound up working with Josh. It was a one and only concert of Chess. It wound up being like unbelievable. So what did it feel like? It was like you'd never really done a Broadway show, and then you would literally star Ring in a Broadway show. Granted, it was only one night.
Well, you had already given me the one night funny girl.
That was at your quote-unquote Broadway debut?
Mm-hmm.
She, just as a side note, everyone kept calling me saying you have to use Julia Murney for this concert of Funny Girl I was doing the year before, where I had a different Fanny. I had like Sutton Foster, and I had Dina Menzel. I was like, you have to use Julia Murney. I'm like, oh, yeah, I like her voice, but I didn't know your voice that well. And I had Julia come over, which was an audition, but I knew it was Claire's audition. I mean, I don't know what you thought of it or not, but I was like, I didn't know your voice well enough to slot you in a spot. And then I was like, oh, let me just hear you sing People. And, of course, it sounded so unbelievable. I'm like, I'm casting her. So I gave her the one, let her sing People in Funny Girl, which was a big deal because it was all these stars. And then
it was
Julia,
supposed to be Audra.
It was supposed to be Audra.
Like the notion that I would be the choice after Audra McDonald was astounding.
You literally were like of like the top two standouts that night. I mean, you were incredible.
And I have to give full props to you and to Peter Gallagher, who played Nicky Arnstein, who played opposite me and all the Fannies, because I was so nervous. And I had my arm was linked in his arm right before we went on stage because I did a little sneak out on stage. And I went, right before we went out, and he looked at me and he winked. And he went, you're going to be fine. And I was like, oh, he's with me. I'm okay.
Peter Gallagher was so great to work with.
He was awesome.
But here's the deal. This Funny Girl concert, I think, was so nerve-wracking because the point is it wasn't like you begin the show, you get shot out of a can, and you go. It was more like you wait, backstage, suddenly you're on, crazy big number, and the pressure, because Sutton Foster gone already, Adina gone already.
Please, Carolee Lee Carmelo had to wait till the end of the show.
She had to wait 2 acts for the big 11 o'clock number.
At intermission, me and LaShawns and who else, and like Whoopi Goldberg, we were all like, we're done. We're going to have some pizza.
Yes, everyone was relaxed. Well, your People was so brilliant. So the point is she'd already brought down the house in Funny Girl the year before, so that's why we were totally comfortable offering her this lead in Chess, even though it was opposite Josh Groban, who's like an international superstar. So the point is, it was your second Broadway debut in a sense, but literally in a lead role.
My second one-night Broadway debut.
Right, one night, exactly. Mm-hmm. She's the queen of the one-night Broadway debut. So, first of all, what was it like working with Josh Groban, 22-year-old?
He is dull. He's so sweet.
He is really sweet.
He was so game. And I remember we were doing a sort of a sits probe, and he had flown in that morning.
Sits probe means like you sing through the whole score with the orchestra. Yeah, he flown in that morning.
It's very exciting when you do the sits probe because you hear the orchestra for the first time, and you know, and it was just, he was completely open to direction and everything that we were doing. And I think it, as intimidating as it was for us being with him, it was intimidating for him because this is where we come from.
Yeah, the theater.
We come from doing stuff fast and doing stuff on stage, and apparently some of his fans, called the Grobanites, they paid some crazy dollar amount,
at least $2,500,
to come to our dress rehearsal the day of the concert. And at one point, we were standing on stage, and Josh was singing to me, but he was singing in profile, and I just sort of took his shoulders and I moved him, I angled him out a little bit so he wasn't cheating himself, so people could see him. And one of the women from the Actors Fund who produced the benefit was sitting in the audience near the Grobanites, and she said, at that moment, you won them over. Because they were like, oh, she's taking care of our Josh.
Oh, my God. They're so obsessed with him.
They
love
him. Well, what's not to love, frankly.
No, he is a great person.
Sweet.